It's tough in rural Queensland. We've had a combination of a very high currency, the cancellation of the live trade business to Indonesia, which has really hurt in Queensland and across the north. And then we've got this sort of a re-emerging of really, really worrying weather. These things bring stresses for graziers, for families on the land, but often that's focused on the children in a way that, with the best intention in the world, they can bottle it up and the parents won't see it. So it's an important thing to be conscious of the impact that stress in the family has on kids. We want to ensure that they survive this. We need to invest in their sense of hope, and that's one of the things that Stock Up for Hope and the Artesian Foundation really do commit themselves to.
We all know that male primary producers in Australia, they're a resilient lot, but they're also blokes who keep it to themselves and just battle it out. So that brings attention at home. And the kids watch this sort of destructive theatre being played out. And who's processing that with them? In many ways, I think the young people are the hidden victims in this.
There's a lot of challenges in country areas and regional areas. So we are very happy to support the other young people that are willing to be chaplains to help young people. A lot of the chaplains are young people themselves. So I think it's a tremendous sacrifice that they make from making big money or whatever elsewhere to just go and be available for young people. So look, I think it's a fantastic cause. You know, it's life-changing really.
This is the communities that are growing and supporting our products, and to know that they've got such hardship. And to me, the cause, it got money straight to where it was needed.
We're very selective about our sponsorship. You know, it has to have the right appeal, but it also has to be about helping communities. And when I heard about this one, I believe, you know, it was just something I wanted to be a part of, because it was helping, you know, more the underprivileged, and you know, particularly at this time when we're in pretty ordinary circumstances around drought and all those things. But to see that some children go to school without lunch just really troubles me.
And times are tough in outback Queensland, where drought is stretching many cattle farmers to the limit. And it's tough on their kids too. Now an innovative charity initiative is raising money to ensure those kids get counselling support at school. It's a cattle drive that's also won the support of the big end of town.
One of the really important things we do is we put chaplains into schools right across Queensland. We're in nearly 800 schools at the moment, and a lot of them are in outback places like this, where the parents at the moment are quite doing it tough on the land, and when the parents are stressed, the kids are stressed, and for a lot of them, getting to school and high-fiving their chappie and spending some time with someone who's got time to sit and listen to them is the best part of their day.
Eastern Queensland chaplains in schools are so strategic. They can identify those kids. They can work with those kids to get them to open up. They can connect those people with other people in the community and within the school community who can bring them the help they need.
Things we take for granted are just not available in some of these rural and remote communities. But we think that just because you live in a remote community doesn't mean that you shouldn't have access to a chaplain. We want to make sure that all kids in Queensland have access to a chaplain wherever they live.
When things are a little bit difficult, or if you're unsure, it just helps to have someone there to talk to.
It blows my mind to think that there's corporates who want to come from Melbourne to sit on a horse for 2 days or 4 days, get sore backsides, get sore legs, to hear the stories of the chaplains that are on the ground. And that speaks volumes to know that we're not alone, that there are people actually thinking about us.
We've proudly been associated with Stock Up for Hope for more than 8 years now, and are really pleased to see the work that's undertaken and the growth that's happened in the program to support the mentoring roles across Western Queensland or Northern Queensland.
So here at Stock Up for Hope, we have an engagement with rural community in Australia out here at Longreach in this particular year, and we're really happy to support, and we get my senior executives mixing it with people in the bush. It's really important for a large company like ours to not just do paper-based investments in, you know, sign a cheque and say that we've done something for community, but in fact actually come out here and live the journey, get on the horse, understand what it's like to look after these vast properties, often in difficult circumstances, whether it's, you know, droughts or flooding rains, as we say.
great to be in the saddle with everybody else that's on the drove and supporting such a great cause, and just seeing a part of the world that is actually so magic that not everybody gets the opportunity to see as well.
I've been in this area for just over 20 years. I met some of the guys on the team for Stock Up for Hope and got involved with support riding. I just love mixing with these corporate guys. They're so interesting. You get these guys at the top of their game, they come and humble themselves and look like a bit of a fool on a horse. But we love that, it's great.
When the corporate people are having a good time on their horses and everything's going great, that's job satisfaction for me.
Our supply chain starts at the farm, and all too often ourselves, myself included, and certainly the category managers don't ever get a chance to get that far back down the supply chain. So something like this enables us to do that, but more importantly, we get to live the life, a life in a day of a drover, of someone who takes our cattle or cares for our cattle. We get to listen to the people in the rural communities that are growing our cattle, and ultimately, we take that on and we learn from that.
It cleanses your soul by meeting the wonderful people out here, and that real sense of community spirit is something that sort of, is a distant sort of memory in the big cities.
I think it's really important to understand a role Corporate Australia can play in assisting our fellow Australians cope with some of these issues they're confronted with, and the generosity of Corporate Australia in relation to making sure where we can we stand by them.
Global research has proven the best way to build resilience in a young person is to ensure that there's a significant adult in that young person's life, a caring adult who can work alongside them, who can help them navigate the inevitable trials other than a school authority figure and other than their parent. That's what SU Queensland chaplains are. And so it's been a wonderful adventure, a great privilege. We've met some extraordinary people. The communities have been blessed, the corporates have been blessed, and we just hope, most importantly, that many young people will benefit because of this.